So guys, we want to work on an interior project together, which includes a kitchen, a living room, a TV wall, and a balcony that goes to the first floor. And the first floor has a mobile home and a bedroom. That's what we want to work on together. You guys, in order to be able to work on an Eve project, you must have an accurate size of half your size. Now you can manually enter the size of the size. Let's import the file or any other file into 3D Max and work with it. So first, when we open our 3D Max file, we first have to comment. Check our units. We saw in the Customize Unit Setup discussion, and here I put this on centimeters. And I put this on 1 centimeter. Both okay, and I'm going to load my plan. Import the file and import it again, and go to the place where my plan is. And my name is okay. Guys, now we want to load the plan. Let's go. A page like this will appear. Here in this window we have to put the unit that our plan is drawn with. That is, in AutoCAD we drew that plan with the meter unit. So here we have to change our unit to meter. If we see it for you. But there are other units too. For example, if you have drawn the plan with the centimeter unit in AutoCAD, select it with the centimeter unit. If you see that this is not active for you, you have to turn on this option next to it. Tick it so that it is active for you. Well, I'll click on the plan. The items will go to the Alto view. I'll click on the video so that this view will appear. I'll press the G key so that these widgets will go. And we can work more easily. So guys, this is our floor plan and this is our first floor plan, which you can see here that we have the staircase on our floor. We have a reception, we have our TV here, the kitchen is in this part of the house, and on the first floor we have a void, and here we probably have a... Let's have a bedroom space. Now let's see what happens next. I edited these plans a lot to get to this. We'll probably consider this a living room or a bedroom oasis. To start, I'll see this plano. The plano is selected. I'll select the plano. I'll right-click and click Freeze Selection. See, this is now frozen and not selected. They're not selected, and we can work with them for convenience. Now, guys, since we don't have any volumes in our row, when we want to work in the viewport and draw a line, we can put our snap on Snap 3. But even if we have one volume, a three-dimensional volume, and we want to go with the line in the views, we have to put our snap on the double. See, I kept it on the snap. And the double and 3. We have to definitely put it on the double. Now, since I say we don't have any volume, we can put it on 3. So now I want to draw the walls around my ground floor plan with lines. So you see, this snuff is also on, but it doesn't recognize these corners. I can't draw my plan accurately from its walls. So what do I do next? I'll right-click on the snuff. I'll go to the Options section, and here I'll turn on Snap to Frozen Object. In this Snap section, only Vertex is also turned on. Well, see, now it recognizes the corners for me. I'll start drawing. I'll draw all these walls separately and then I'll connect them together. This section is our TV wall. We shouldn't draw this wall here, we shouldn't draw it here. We'll just draw the wall behind it. This is where our windows are. These are the ones that are less thick, the windows. I'll draw this wall all at once. This line you see is also the cook's. And I almost think this wall is the same. Well, now guys, I'm going to lay the foundation. I'm going to go into perspective. This line is selected. I go to the Moifa section and I hit the attach. The other lines are also attached with this line, but this attach symbol. I hit attach, which is a pure command. Now we want to extrude these walls. See if that extrude is in this list section. I give it an attach command. The height of our walls is 3 meters, so we have to enter 30 centimeters here. So this is the project wall that came up, the floor of the project. In this way, guys, I said before, because the mouse also has a problem, I use this rotation. You can easily rotate it by holding the Alt key and scroll your mouse on the screen. So this wall came up. Now we have to draw the floor of this. Well, we draw this floor of ours, and after drawing the floor of the floor, we go back to the view of the rotation. So guys, here again, because we have a fixed volume, we can't use. Let's put our snap together, because I'm drawing a line here right now in the viewport. When I draw the next line, it might go to, for example, one in the sky and one in the blue. But here it should be better for me to put it on 2.5, so that I don't get into trouble. So I'll go back and select my line, and I'll line my plan all the way around. I'll go back to the perspective view. Well, this line that I drew around it, and I'll give it an exaggeration. Well, we have to give it a negative exaggeration. I'll give it a negative of 20. This is our floor. Look at the walls. I gave it a negative because our wall is flat. We had given it a positive. If I gave it a positive, it would reduce the height of our walls, so that it would go down and our walls would be on this floor. Guys, when I play the Iftihar call, let's say play Iftihar, let's say it's off now. If I play Iftihar again, these lines around it will show me. You can use this too. If you hit F4, and your photo doesn't show you this size, you can press Fn and F4 together if you're working with a laptop. So guys, we have 2 doors here in this back section. Here we want to draw the top of our drum, the wall above our drum. Our door is 2.5 meters high. Our door is 2.5 meters high. Our wall was 3 meters high. So we have 1.5 meters high up here. What do? I can select this wall, give it a poly view, okay, and I'll come to the edges. Let's see my wall. Okay, let's turn it around, it would look good. I'll select 2 edges of my collar, select one, and now I want to select the next one. See, this is cleared from the selection, and then we hold the glide control, so that they are selected in any way. I'll come and give them a connection. So we want a connection, okay, and I'll bring this connection. We can give it a number from above, and I'll bring it from below. Sorry, kid, why did it happen like this? Because our axis was not active here. I'll activate it on the z-axis. Sorry, it was locked. I'll take it from the z-axis in this. I'm going to put my foot here on the floor of my wall. Now I want to give it a number. I can give it a number from this part. I can give it a number from this part. And from below, see? I'm going to put it on this. Well, this is the enemy for me. Now I can give it a number in the direction of the axis. See? This line must also be accurate. See? Here, this is another one. On the right of the axis, we must give it a 250 centimeter deviation. See, it came here. Well, this is the upper half. Now I'm going to polygon. I'm going to select this part. I'm holding the Shift key and they come in the direction of the Y and stick to this wall. And this is when the subscriber, that is when it reaches the vertex. Well, this is from this door. Now I'm going to the side door in the same way. Do you want to draw the side door in another way now? This door we can choose again, guys. Control, we're going to connect, duh. So I can give this same connection a number in the same way as before. And now I want to close this here for you in another way. Now this one is going to be a wall. I'm going to give this one a connection too. Okay guys, look at this connection to this connection. We made this because we measured it this way, but using axis we can do it right there. It doesn't want to give it a number. See, each dose is now selected. I'll press W. This is where we should have placed them. I mean, they don't stop. So their place is determined. What can we do now? We can select both polygons. We'll hold the control to select this polygon. We'll also select this polygon and you know Hassan. So guys, we saw this day above. We drew this day together with two different methods. We have a heart here that will draw this together with one of the same methods. Now, so that the video doesn't get too big, I didn't take this video anymore. Let's move on to the next step. What is the next step? This is that we draw the ceiling of the ground floor, which actually reaches the floor of our first floor. Let's go to the top view. And if you do projects like this, you have to have different methods too. To achieve the volume you want. Anyone can use this method. You have to make many mistakes in different projects until you get the best method. See which method is easier for you. You can do it more secretly. Now we want to draw this floor hard. Both the floor and the first floor. We will use the line again. I will start this from here. Here I have to go around the void. Because the void is empty, I have to take this around. I have to go up this much. But I will keep the shape. We know, guys, if it doesn't get its shape, we don't know where, we don't know. So what should we click on? Then we will make this room. Now I will give you one so that we can come to these vertexes. We want this to be a pleasure. Shine with this. I hope that there is no problem. We will give one on the line when we leave the vest. We will extrude. How much will we extrude? Let's go to the perspective view. There are other edits that we do. I'm telling you guys, you have different ways of drawing this, and you can draw it piece by piece and attach it. Or you can draw it like this, for example, all at once, and then edit it. I'll hit 1 again to go. I have to ask for a retext, but when we get to the X, I have to give him an ID card. I'll give him an ID card. I'll hit 1 will go. I have to give him an X. Very. I want edge farant. I hold this edge and edge fangani shaft. I hold control. I chose both of these edges and gave them. They give me a connection. They give me a connection. And I bring this connection, and I hate it here. Look, this place is big. Can I connect this to me? Let's mix this up and see what this season is like. You must do it. We'll put it here. Then we'll draw that polygon over this polygon. Let's say I can blend this polygon and this one together. And now these two polygons are selected and we give them a blend. Well, we'll draw this part the same way. Now that we have our polygon, we'll connect it. Let's see these two E-silifs and their connector. I will give you your payment. Let's go to the polygon. Select this polygon. Select the opposite polygon. And then this is it. The ground floor and the hard floor of the first floor that we painted. Now we're going to put this on this. We go into the process view. They step on your ID and get out of here. I'm going to the Farron facade. I press G to make these grips go away. Well, I'll bring this exactly. I'm going to hit this. I'm going back to perspective view. And this is from where it is clear. We'll do it from here and leave it here. And this is how we see where to put it here. So let's go draw the first floor wall. I'll go back to the top view and go to the top view and again using the line. I'll put a domino on my person and start drawing from here. So you can draw the walls piece by piece and connect them together. I'll draw them this way too. I'll draw these 3 walls and connect them together again. Just be careful here to draw these exact points. Click where it turns green. Guys, every month you're drawing a line, and you want to go back a step. For example, I drew this line, it was a mistake. You want to go back a step. Hit the backspace key. You'll see it's gone back a step. And this wall over there, kid, it's a window. We're just going to draw the walls for now. We have one wall here that I'll draw in general. So I'm going to go into the model and attach these together. So I have to go into the perspective view. This perspective view, I have to give this line a height again. We see that we extrude it. Our wall height was 3 meters, which is 30 centimeters. This design is So guys, we have a door here like on the ground floor. We put the door here. I'm going to give it an edit poly like this. So with the key 2, we go to the intersection. I'm going to give it a connection. You can also use the right-hand side. As soon as you right-click, I gave it a connection. I'm going to select this too. I'm going to keep this connection in place. I'm going to shield it here and add a negative value. Well, I'll close it from below as if the cocks are here too. I'll listen to the audio to make this clear. First I thought I lost it. Well, we're on the edge again. If we weren't there, I'll do something here too, either with the 2 key or by selecting from here. We'll bring this up and see if it's hot enough. No, because here with 2.5 we have to put this on 3 so that it can accurately identify the place of this and this, and I'll also close this. Okay, now that's right. Now I'll press the 4 key, or from here we'll press the polycan. If you want the cartoon face to be more cartoonish, we'll have to ask you for the middle keys for the spade. I'll hold the control. I'll also select this Curican. I'll see if both are selected. Del, and now I'll press the bridge here. Okay, let's go. We'll go to the FARD view. Yes, we'll go to the next mode. We'll go to the shaft, and there's an appointment right here. I'll go with the pursuit circle. The roommates want to go to the rack, half a turn. It's exactly at the children's party. So let's go hard on this floor. Let's draw the first one. We'll go back to the swing view, and I can use the rectangle again. And as soon as we draw with the line, I'll draw with the other line. It's definitely a tone. Let's put it on the two sides. I'm going to cut this out. Look, this isn't perfect, of course. I'm going to make a backspace for this. I'm going to draw it all the way around, so that it's in the willow. Well, let's go to the perspective view. I'm going to type W, and I'm going to put this right up there. Well, I'm going to extrude it with me. How much? 20 cents. I'm going to extrude this to the first floor. Now we know that we're going to draw the stairs together, and then we're going to draw the windows. So we're going to draw the stairs. We're going to draw this. This is the stair line. Here we have a little line that we're going to see. Don't get me wrong. This is the line that actually shows where our garden starts. We also have a garden under the stairs. We'll work on that later. So I'm going to draw this with a rectangle. Do I draw it or not? Let's draw a box. I'm going to draw a box. The height of the palm is 20 centimeters. I want to see the height of this 20 centimeters. Its height is 20 centimeters. Well, now I have counted here. We have 18 steps. I want to draw the rest of the steps. I want to exit the command by clicking the axis first. I'm turning it off because I want to move in both directions. I'm holding the shaft. I'm taking the plectrum from here. I'm putting it here. Look, it's not detecting well now. Why? Because you are on a run, and you have to be careful to check the snub every time. If you see this problem, I'll keep the shaft and detect it now. Well, I'll put the number of stairs, the one we had drawn ourselves first. These are the stairs that my mother came here to see. It reached exactly the same floor. Now look at the stairs from this angle. You can see how they are from here. We never have that reality. This staircase is like a tooth and a mouse. What should we do next? I choose all these tips together. And I'll press Alt and Q to isolate this. Well, we'll hit a looky. Perlemon will be removed. Which means Perlemon is right. We won't see anything else. We'll go to the Frandivare view. I'm with line. I'll start pulling from here. I'll put this on the second one again. To avoid any problems, I'll pull this step all the way around. In this way. Now I'm leaving the myths, I'm leaving. In the perspective view, you see this option at the end. Press Alt-Q again to exit the menu or select this option. Let's try again. We see you in our main view. And when we drew this, I'll put a double new. I'll put this on top. Because we're in perspective, I have to put it on top of 3. I'll put the snuff. I'll put it exactly on top of this, okay? Well, my child, I just put this on the party. Now I'm checking all of these boxes. Another vote. Everyone should be the same. You saw a door. It selects all the ones that were similar to this. And from the minutes that you are interested in, be careful not to select any other volume. Well, I'll delete these. Now I'm going to this. I'm starting from the stairs I drew, and why the width of these stairs is so narrow. I'm going to extrude this, and I want it to move to the negative direction. From minus 160 centimeters. Let's see if I have a minute plan. Now let's look at the plan from this side. In reality, we have something like this. Our stairs from this point on don't have a slope. They don't have a toothed shape anymore. Well, this is our stairs. Now we have to go and draw our stair railings. Now guys, we're going to isolate this stair again, so that we can work more easily. Now we want to draw a railing for this stair. We're going to assign it an edit polling, and I'm going to select Run. The middle line is selected, except I'm telling you, look, I'm keeping these in Alt. I'm going to select here. This is going to be deselected, and this top line too. Now that I've selected this, I'm going to connect this shape. I said connect just like that. Select from the right ground line, and from here, now I'm going to activate the axis. I'm going to take this connection. I'm going to put 0 in the loop. And now I'm going to give it a number in the Y direction. I'm going to give it 5 cents. So 5 cents. And I'm going to invert it. So, guys, now I can select one of these polygons. I said I can press the 4 key here. I'm going to press 4. One of these polygons is selected. Now I want to select all of them. I want to select all of them. Let's see this up here. When we click on the arrow, a kind of tool opens for us that many people can't work with. See, this has an exploding, a bell, an instance, and something else. It's normal to be able to work from wherever you're used to. I'm going to press the loop here, and all of this is selected for us. Well, of course, I didn't want this. I can turn this tool off and deselect it. If you didn't have this kind of tool, right-click here to activate it. Click here and activate the ribbon. For me, I think I should be active. This is where we activate the ribbon. So now I'm going to extrude this. Where should I extrude from? And we don't know what else to give this polygon. What should I give the extrude modifier to? We have to extrude this from its own settings. How much do we extrude it? 0.5 centimeter. Well, I used to extrude it 0.5 centimeter here in the preview. And this is to extrude it from both directions. So let's put it on the local normal. So see if it was extruded, because its size is a little bit not very visible. And now, what do we want to use to specify the location of the fences? Draw the fences of the plane. I select this edge and this edge, connect it. I go to this connect, put the attribute point, and in the negative direction of x. I give it a negative. I give it the same ½ centimeter. Minus ½ centimeter. Well. Now I select the polygon, we click on 4. We select the polygon, we extrude it, note 100. Well, we do one more up, I go to it again. I'm right, I went to it, I selected these two. I'll do this too, and since we can adjust it, see, because this was also ½ cent, see this line here. Exactly, this is also a bit of a mess. 4 in polygon, select note sand exodus. So now we have to connect these Urza friends to this. How do we connect again? I'll hit 2 for the key. I'll put the collector here. They'll give me a movie. So this is the fence. And then I'll put a barrier between their polygons and they'll connect together. Nerfi Nimsun onto, so I'll hit 4. I'll set the control Nerfter. Soft polygon, select in here too. We won't hold the control. This program is also selected, and we'll put a bridge between them. So this is connected in the fence now, guys. It's up to you whether you want to have 2 railings on each step, one with a step or not. For example, you want to have 1 railing on each step. Now I want to put a railing in the middle of this. Again, in the same way, I give it the select connect control. Well guys, because it puts the connector exactly in the middle, I don't want to, for example, give me a number, give me a 2-sided connector so I can give it a number. What do I use? How many feathers do I use? 5-pointer, because it puts a line on both sides for me. I want ½ centimeter. And the distance, because it's ½ centimeter anyway. So here I have to take the number 25 centimeter, 1 centimeter. If I had to enter ½ centimeter because it gives numbers on both sides. And this is what I'm going to do, which is the center line. We see, guys, he gave me a line 250 between the center line. There are 250 between the center line. I also erased the center line, so that these two are exactly in the middle of the bridge, and their distance doesn't match. Okay. Well, I put 4 and extrude it. We can extrude it. We can hold the shaft and take this to get to the railing. We have to adjust this. We can see it like this. So now I can draw the fences one by one like this. And as soon as I copy these two, and using copy 20M on the polygon, I'll go to these two. Control Z from an angle that I can select better this time select. Well, now look, I'm going to copy this now, for example. So I held down Shift. You can see that the copy doesn't work. So what should we do? We hold down the Control and Shift keys together and move this. See, now it's done. Well, we can copy this to the element object and the object. I'll leave the object as it is, object. Well, of these two, I'll edit the top. The previous one will be removed from the original. So now we'll put these exactly in their place. We'll go to the angle of 30. We'll turn on the video. Let's see where the pivot of this went. It's here. I mean, I don't want to control these at all. And what should I do to make their pivot be in the middle of these? We'll go here and apply the pivot only effect and center an object, and then apply the pivot only effect again. You will get the command now that the shower is busy with its connection in the middle, and I can easily adjust this. So then because I turn this off the axis, and I can bring this in, adjust it from here, and I will say exactly at the travel point, and this will be placed here. So now I will copy this for the staircase. I will hold Shift, cancel because this is not active. From here you said that we will not have to adjust this again, and it will take us a lot of time. It was entering 11 and 16. So look at these, I placed the railings but right. It is not getting hot, so we have to delete these pages. You have to adjust this. I did not have this well at first. I wanted to make a series of copies. Then you who copied this can adjust this one by one. You have to put it exactly on this. These are all in violet blue. And you have to edit all of this. So guys, to save time on the video, I edited these railings one by one. You too. If you put this in place right when you copy it, it won't take much of your time, and you don't need to edit everything. Then, when you edit these and it's done, it's like this. We're going to attach these railings together with this step to make it a single shape. I attached this first. I think I attached it again. Let's do it together a few times. You can do it. It doesn't matter if you choose a step or one of these. The railings will come later. You'll add them here and we'll clip the cancellations to whatever you want. And so I burned them all together. Now I burned this. Now we want to open the right railing. What do? Well, this is it. We also attributed it to Poly. I am coming to Polygam and I choose all these stairs when I don't choose the fences, and this path of fences. Well, we have to select this. I'll keep it like that. So all of these are selected because it's easier to serif these than to select the railings one by one. These are selected. Now I'm going to press Ctrl I. When you press Ctrl I, your selection will be broken, meaning that the place you didn't select will be selected. Let's see, so I'll give you a reason. Now we're going to go. It's the same again. I just held down Shift and wanted to copy. It can't. Well, I say it can't. I'm going to press Ctrl Z. For this, we have to hold down Ctrl Shift to copy it. Forgive the kids now. I'm going to cancel this. I'm going to press Ctrl Z. Axis must be on. Make sure this is on the top of the stack. Otherwise it will take a while to get it right. Shift Control. Axes are on. Usage is on. And it doesn't matter if it's clone an object or clone an ellipses, okay? And this is how we drew it this way. I'm going to exit isolate now. So that's all I'm going to do. The next parts we'll go to. We'll work on the windows together. Then we'll model the model. We'll put the doors in and the material part of our thing, materialization, ambient lighting, and finally our rendering.